Hello and welcome to a very special episode of KT One-on-One. My name is Abhishek Sengupta and today we are on the 46th floor of the Taj JLT here in Dubai, and we are in conversation with someone very special. Before I even let his name out of the can, so to say, I'll just give you a brief introduction. He has been a philanthropist, a businessman, but most of you probably know him as the Noodle King, and of course Nepal's first and only dollar billionaire. Welcome to the show, Dr Binod Chaudhary. Thank you for joining us today, and I hope you've been enjoying your stay here in Dubai, because we have been talking about wonderful winter. How has your winter been in Dubai so far?
Thank you for inviting me to this very distinguished show. And actually, you're right. I've never experienced this kind of winter in Dubai, despite being in and out of Dubai over the last 20 years' time. Sometimes I wonder whether my home turf, Kathmandu, is cooler or Dubai. It's amazing. It's clean, it's nice, fresh air. It's nice to be here.
Dr. Chaudhary, you've been at the heart of the CG group, the global conglomerate, of course, which has business around the world pretty much. But we want to know how long has your association been with Dubai, and what is the earliest memory that you have of this place? And if you can chart your success, your road or path to success, and you can probably tie in the Dubai story, how would that sound?
I came here the first time because we were in negotiation with Emirate Bank International to acquire the Nabil Bank. Actually, they owned Nabil Bank. Apart from Nabil Bank, they also owned a bank in Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka.
That's correct.
So my memory of my several meetings, on the road facing the Dubai Creek, that was the only happening place. I used to come straight, take a plane, come to the Intercontinental, and I'm so happy that you are sitting today on this beautiful piece of art, I would like to call it.
Yes.
Look at the magnificent view. I think it's one of a kind.
Dr. Chaudhary, you still have the moniker, the Noodle King. Do you think is it a fair assessment?
Well,
because obviously you've got other business interests, but this still remains your identity.
I think the God has been kind. Our consumers have been very, very sweet, and also the media has been very kind to give me that unsolicited title. I would say that we have emerged as becoming a global player, no question about it. It started very humbly, you're right, 40 years ago in Nepal. We preserved that plant from where it all started. Today, we have a market share of 20% in India, which is by any definition not easy, fighting with the giants of the Nestle's and the Levers and ITC.
Yes.
And we have now a presence in Bangladesh, in Kazakhstan, in Belgrade, to cater to the European market, UAE, and so soon in Egypt, to be supplying. So we are very proud of having taken YY to the world. We have close to 3% of the global market, and to put things in context, out of the 100 billion packets which are sold and consumed all over the world, 50 billion is alone in China.
But Dr. Chaudhary, that is one side of your story. The other side is that you're also a philanthropist. You've done a lot of work, on the charity front, and of course you've tied up with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. If you can elaborate a bit more on that, and if you have any plans to sort of channel that kind of work to the rest of the world through Dubai, maybe for the larger region. Do you have any such plans in the future?
Let's put it this way, that we have been always active as a responsible business house wherever we are to engage with the society. And when the 2015 massive earthquake struck Nepal, it was a crisis of a scale which Nepal was simply not capable of handling.
Never seen before,
Not handling. More than 700,000 homes were demolished, people were
Yes.
out of homes, schools, 30,000 schools
Yes.
out of place, and that's really the time when we decided to put together the entire organization's resources, not only financial, not only the supply and distribution system, but also the top level management team, because that's what was critical. How do you
Yes.
get the support where it needs to be?
True.
Roads having been dismantled,
Yeah.
flights having been suspended, and that's really when we were able to we take a lot of pride, and that's something which was also very well recognized all over the world for the work we did, because in 30 days, record 30 days time, we started delivering shelters. A shelter, you can call them a home, to replace those who did not exist anymore.
Yeah.
So we started that process. We rebuilt schools, hundreds of them, and I think that gave us a scale in terms of the management bandwidth of the foundation. So today our foundation has become far more organized, aggressive, and we are blessed that we've had partners like the Tatas, in our vocational training initiative. We worked with Jack Ma in Rebuild initiative. We worked with, and we are working very closely with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Yeah.
We are deeply inspired by what they do. So we'll be delighted if we can find an opportunity to associate ourselves in a humble, modest way in anything that makes that,
Yeah.
that can prove to be of some service
Yes.
to the humanity.
Yes.
If Nepalese, nothing like it, because my heart, I'm a Nepali, my identity is Nepali.
Yes.
I am a staunch Nepali. This is the only building probably you will see in entire UAE, and for that matter in the Gulf where Nepali flag flies.
Talking about Dubai's leadership, we're still trying to combat COVID. How has that shaped your industry?
I don't think there is a one single answer to how Corona has impacted the world. I think it's very country specific, it's very business and sector specific. But one thing that is common, that first time the world has learned that there is something called supernatural power. And in the eyes of the supernatural power, which you can even call Mother Nature, everybody is equal. You may be the most powerful politician or a businessman of one of the most advanced country or one of the backward turf. Corona did not spare anybody. I think it has, the challenges were same, everybody were hiding back home for looking for safety.
True.
The medical infrastructure proved to be ineffective. The challenges were same. Why I am saying this is there is still an opportunity in every crisis. It's just that whether you have the vision to see if you can reform, if you can rework and restructure the business model. So I have a feeling that Corona will push the world to relook at our business model, the way we used to run business in the past, the way we used to set priorities in the past. I think we are in for lots of opportunities. I would still like to look at a more positive side of having gone through this, an unthinkable scale of crisis.
We surely hope so, because this is the year 2021. A lot of us welcome the new year with renewed hopes that this will be a better year for all of us, and we wish you the same. Thank you, Dr. Chaudhary, for talking to us, and hopefully we shall catch up with you soon again in another episode of KT One-on-One. Thank you for talking to us.
Ji, I truly appreciate, and I want to take this occasion to wish everybody in Khaleej Times group, and through you to the audience, my Nepalese brothers and sisters who are working and sweating it out in the Gulf and many other parts of the world, all the best.